Hello there everyone. Well, it's Mark here and I'm here to communicate to you about what is going to happen this Sunday. Obviously with all the restrictions, all of the things being lifted, all the legal requirements being changed, we as elders have met and tried to work out, hey, how can we proceed as best as possible, really. Now before I get to the details, what I really want to do is convey the very heart of how things need to work over the next few months. And the key thing is that we need to love one another. Okay, our heart is to love God and love one another. That's Jesus told us to do that. It's a great command. That's what we need to do. Love God, love one another. And when I was reading my Bible this morning, I was looking at the Corinth church, and as a church leader, the Corinth church always fills me with great hope because they're a mess, right? They're a right bunch of pickles, they are. And in the Corinth church, there was a situation where there was an argument over food offered to idols. And what was happening is that at the time, you could go and buy meat that had been used in the sacrificial process to like Greek gods and Roman gods and all sorts of things. So as a Christian, you'd go and buy this meat and you'd eat it. And some in the Corinth church thought, hey, this is a great bargain. Fantastic, we're going to go for this. Whereas other people in the Corinth church thought, you shouldn't be doing that. That's going to affect your spirituality. So there was an argument. And Paul writes to them, and his key thing is like, no, you've misunderstood. It's not whether or not you can do this or you can do that. The key thing is you look out for one another. In fact, he writes this. He says, therefore, if food makes my brother stumble, I will never eat meat, lest I make my brother stumble. Now, in our context here, whether or not all the precautions or not doing precautions is considered as meat or forcing somebody to stumble, we don't know. But we do know this. We're called to love one another. And the very essence of the church gathering together again is that we put the needs of others first because we love them and then we love God. Okay, there's a real importance there. So before I go into all the details, that's what I want you to get into your hearts. As elders, that's what we want to convey. Love one another. Now, in terms of the details, how's it going to work on Sunday? Well, what we're going to ask you to do, please, is do wear a mask if you are able, and that will be from high school age up. Okay, so that's the first thing. We will be allowed to sing, which we're really looking forward to. As elders, we're really looking forward to being able to sing and hear some of your lovely voices and really fill this room with praise. If you don't feel comfortable singing, that's cool. Don't worry, you don't have to, but we will be singing, just to let you know that's going to happen. In terms of social distancing, we're not going to have any social distancing here, but we would ask you to respect each other's position. So, hey, if you come into the room and before you sit down, you might ask the person who's sitting there, say, hey, is it okay if I sit next to you? Just out of courtesy. Just be polite in that way, okay? Or, rather than assume everyone in the room wants to hug you, maybe ask before you grab someone, all right? Just little things, just in terms of social distancing, just to help. When you arrive at the building, we will be taking temperature. We will be asking you to clean your hands with the stuff, antibac stuff, and we will be asking you to sign in. We're not asking you to book in beforehand. You don't need to book in beforehand, but when you arrive, please either use the QR code, which will be around the building, or get one of your family group or your household to sign you in. We'll have multiple places all around, so do that. There'll be two entrances, so we're going to use the back doors as well as the main entrance, so you can come in either way, so make sure there's no queuing there and get through there. We have got limited space, okay? We only can fit so many people in this room, about 200, so just to let you know, once we're full, we're full. Get here early is, I guess, the only thing I can suggest. So we'll be opening doors from 10. We won't be locking doors because of the live stream, but we would say please do arrive by 10:25. All right, that's kind of like a helpful point. So I know some people used to rack up halfway through the second song. Please try to get here a bit earlier than that. All right, so that's just one of those things. We won't be having refreshments, just to let you know. That's not going to happen. So do bring a drink with you. So that's that side of things. In terms of how all the children's work side of things is going to happen, well, under fives, our preschool side of things, the room in room 1 downstairs will be where you go. There will be a team member in there, but it is parent supervised. Okay, so if you're a parent of an under 5, you need to go with them to that room. We'll have the TV in there so that the service will be live streamed. You won't miss anything. You can catch up with your friends and the kids can play together. It'll be lovely. But just to say that's going on. In terms of primary school, Uber, that is going to be upstairs. So you go up the stairs if you've never been here. You go up the stairs and the children will go out after about the second or third song, and we all gather to worship together, and then they'll head out at that point. And there'll be a team up there who will take care of your children so you can come back and enjoy the rest of the service. There is, again, limited space up there. It'll be first come, first served from that point of view in terms of when you first arrive. With regards to Ignite, that's our youth work. They're going to have and go into their own room as well. So if you are in youth age, when you arrive, please go and sit up on the mezzanine. All the youth will be gathering up on the mezzanine, and Ben and his team will take care of you once you arrive there, and you'll go out at some point during the worship as well. We really, really, really want to remember that this is a very special moment. There's been nothing like this in history that I can remember, when all of a sudden the church has been restricted on what it can and can't do, and now has freedom. With that freedom, we want to be responsible, but we also want to recognise this is a very special moment to celebrate. So on behalf of the elders, I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works. We will be keeping an eye on it. We will be kind of working out how this functions and goes. But when we really get into things, wow, God's going to be praised. And we're going to love him and we're going to love one another. So bless you, church, and look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Bye-bye.